Alright guys, this is our flowerhorn. We actually got him from a friend of ours that actually saved him from the bottom of a fish tank in a Petco or PetSmart, what have you. He was in with a group of convicts that had actually picked all of his fins off. I think he was about 2.5 inches at that time. He was actually already starting to show a hump, but it was severely sunk or sunken, deflated. That typically happens when these fish get sick or stressed. Um, my friend kept him for about 2.5, 3 months. Got him up to about 4.5, 5 inches, and started having issues with aggression out of him. Uh, couldn't keep him in a community tank, obviously, which is, par for the course for a flower horn. Most of them don't like a community setting. And for him in his situation, this one didn't. I agreed to take him off his hands, and he's been with us ever since. We've had him for about 2 months now, and in the 2 months that we've had him, he has literally doubled in size. I'd say he's up to about 6 inches now, 6.5 inches. Excuse me, doubled in size from the time that he purchased him. But he has actually not shown us any of the aggressive behavior that my friend experienced with him. We were very wary about putting anything with him, and initially, and I really wanted to keep him as a single species, wet pet. When you have a fish like this, if you keep them by themselves, they don't have anything in the tank to interact with. They'll interact with you. And this one has gone above and beyond. I mean, literally, we play constantly. He is one of the coolest fish. I mean, like, and he'll nip at you and whatnot, but he doesn't really try to draw blood, but he's very fun, very interactive. We named him Carl, actually. um, this guy gets pretty much the same treatment as all of our other fish. He eats a staple diet, excuse me, a diet consisting of a pellet, shrimp, bloodworms, crickets. Even every now and then we'll actually give him algae pellets if we can get him to take them. That's pretty rare that he actually takes them, but they're offered quite a lot. Um, I'll say this about these fish: they are super messy. If you think an Oscar's bad, flowerhorn are just as bad. I literally cleaned his tank before I made this video. That was about 30 minutes ago. Um, and back to the subject of not being able to keep fish with him. As you can see, obviously there is about a 3-inch Veha Synspilum or Melanura. Now, I believe they're called. This is a redhead cichlid. And there is also, not by choice, but because of some other circumstances, we have a Eureka peacock here. It's about 3 inches or so as well. Actually, we had another tank that we had Africans in, and eventually ended up getting rid of because I just didn't have, the same passion for the Africans as we do the other fish. So we got rid of them, and this one had experienced some tail nipping. He had gotten tore up pretty bad, and just didn't feel right letting him go to someone else that I didn't know if they were going to be able to, fix him up, help him recover and get back to him to what he needed to be, to be an optimal, thriving fish. So we actually got him and threw him in here. Had him divided off for the first little bit, and then when I seen that the flowerhorn just paid him absolutely no attention, I'll let him go. And he's actually his little buddy now. So with that being said, I actually purchased the Veha to be in here along with him. I don't know if you guys know what these fish turn out to look like, but they are gorgeous. I would definitely advise you to Google this fish. These two, actually, if you can get these to breed, because this one I believe is a female, if you can get the red dragon flowerhorn and the redhead cichlid or the Veja millinera to actually spawn, you have, I believe, what is called the Campha flowerhorn. So we'll see where that goes. We don't have any intentions of breeding them, but I thought if I'm going to add something to this tank and give him a buddy, that's what it's going to be. So here it is. We actually are going to put these, excuse me, both of these fish into a 75 gallon. I think that'll be suffice for both of these. A lot of people say that flower horns don't need that much space, but once they get over this 6-inch mark here, they really, they need more space. In my opinion, they're interactive. They like to swim. He seems to do more up and down than side to side, but I feel a lot more comfortable with them being in a minimum of a 4-foot tank. Definitely the 18 inches deep. One more thing about these fish that I find interesting is he doesn't just control what, excuse me, in his mind, he does not control just what is inside this tank. Anything this flower horn can see is his territory. It doesn't matter if you are 10 feet away from him across the room, he is still staring you down and following you everywhere you go. I can be sitting on the couch across the way from him and just raise my hand up and he'll react to that. I mean, he is very inquisitive. Definitely an awesome fish. Plan on hopefully keeping him for his entirety, watching him grow and thrive along through his life with his little female friend here. Hopefully you guys are liking this content. If so, I'd like for you to like and subscribe and continue to hang out with us. Thanks.